Some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. But for now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more.
Yes, my brothers, sisters, whoever's in this one here, big up yourself, man. Come on, man. You know we do this for you, lot. We come to you every day. I've come on a little bit later today, but I'm always here for you, lot. You get it? Come on, man. Let's get straight into this one here. Bam. Marcus Rashford, man. This is a big boost. Trust me. Yeah? Marcus Rashford. I've been keeping you lot up to date with this one. Every day I'm telling you lot. That Nico Williams one is looking spooky over there. I'm always pre-ing all the other pages. That's one thing about me. I've got all the other fan pages clued up. So I'll pre what's going on in Barca. I'll pre what's going on in Sporting for gyokeres. I'm always clued up and ready to see what's going on. Marcus Rashford and Barcelona is looking like it's on. It could work 100%. And look, let's just break it down. Look, Nico Williams who was their top target. If you look at the bottom document, and it says both Bayern and Barca have the same three players on their radar: Nico Williams, Marcus Rashford, and Luis Diaz. That's what was reported on the 1st of July. So that was the first three targets that they had. And then obviously, Luis Diaz, who you can see on the right side, they've already gone in for Barca. They've already gone in for Luis Diaz. And they got rejected. They said he's not for sale. David Ornstein reported it. Bayern went in for Luis Diaz the other day as well. He's not for sale. So if you look at that bottom document from Barca Universal, it says both Bayern and Barca have the same three players on their radar. Nico Williams, who just signed the contract, as you can see, he signed the contract today. Luis Diaz, who is not for sale, it only leaves Marcus Rashford, literally. And then obviously today, just after that news, if you look at the top and it says Barca Universal, it says Barcelona's alternatives to Nico Williams are Marcus Rashford and Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz isn't for sale. This is what I'm saying. If Nico Williams has signed a new contract and Luis Diaz is not for sale, it leaves only one man. And they keep coming out with this and saying who the list is. So it blatantly tells you Nico Williams signs a new contract. He's out. That deal's off. Fabrizio's come out and said that. Luis Diaz and Marcus Rashford are the only alternatives to Nico Williams. But Barca have already approached Liverpool for Luis Diaz and they've said he's not for sale. So what are we doing here? It can only be Marcus Rashford. And he's the cheapest on that list as well. He's £40 million. Just go for him, bro. Just do us all a favor, go for him and just call it a day. But it seems like it's on. It looks like it's a boost. 100% they're probably going to end up having to go for him. First, they wanted to loan him. Now it's like they have to go in for him. And remember, he can play as a 9 as well. So he can play behind Lewandowski if needed. So, yeah, man, it's looking promising with this Rashford thing, man, for once, man. Because finally, do you understand? They weren't rating him. They came to us and said, oh, we ain't got no money right now. We want a loan. And then they went in for Nico Williams for 58 million release clause. But they can't afford to register Nico Williams. They can't do it. They got to register him. His wages are mad. And he's the price, 58 million. They don't want to pay that right now. So it's crazy. So Nico Williams said, you know what? You lot are playing too much games. I'm going to stay in my athletic club. And I was telling you lot this yesterday. Remember, I was saying it. If he doesn't go to Barcelona, he's staying at athletic club. I told you lot this. So this is the situation with Rashford. Nico, they had an alternative list, as you can see here at the bottom, from Barca University. This was their 3 names on their list. It was Luis Diaz, Nico Williams, and Marcus Rashford. That's the 3 players they want as wingers. Nico Williams has come out today and signed a new contract. And then they've come out with this list on the top, Barca Universal. They've said, just now, look at the time on it, 10:33 on the 4th today. They've come out and said, our alternatives to Nico Williams are Marcus Rashford and Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz, they've already said he's not for sale. Barcelona already went there. They already tried to go for him. Look at the date, the 5th of June. They tried to go for him and they said, he's not for sale. Bayern went there the other day on the 1st of July or something, or the 2nd. Bayern went there. They said the same thing. He's not for sale. So Liverpool's let it be known, Luis Diaz is going nowhere. So if that's the list that they're going off after Nico Williams, or even before Nico Williams, if you look at the bottom, both lists have got the same 3 names. Nico Williams ain't around. Luis Diaz ain't for sale. It has to be Rashford. Rashford is the cheapest on that list as well. He's only 40 million. Nico Williams is going to be 58 million. And who knows what Luis Diaz would have been. I've been seeing things about 70 million and etc. So, come on, man. It's just 2 + 2 = 4, innit? Just go for Rashford. It seems like he's the last one left on that list. Unless they're going to do something crazy and go for a whole new player, that's just going to show us and show Rashford that they don't really rate him. Literally, if they do that. Because they wanted Nico Williams, but he don't want to register because of what happened with Danny Olmo. Danny Olmo went over there. He missed about 5-6 games because he wasn't registered properly. It was a shit show. So now it's scaring everyone to go Barca because they might not get registered. But Rashford could go over there. He ain't going to be in a big way. A price. He's willing to take a wage cut as well. Perfect. But it seems like Rashford and Barca is head-on going to happen now, which is perfect because they wasn't rating him. They was talking about loans. We'll come back for you at the end of the transfer window for a loan. Now, you've got no excuse. You've gone in for Luis Diaz. It's evident you went in. Liverpool rebuffed Barcelona's approach to discuss signing Luis Diaz. Barcelona made contact yesterday, but Liverpool clear, not for sale. So, new contract unlikely. So, unless bids land to change stance. And remember, this was on the 5th of June. 3 days ago, Bayern Munich came in for Luis Diaz, not for sale. So they're not having it. Luis Diaz, you're going nowhere, brother. That's what they're saying. So there's only Rashford left on this list, bro. So hopefully they end up taking Rashford off our hands. That's 325k off the wage bill. He finally can go somewhere and play. He'll kill it over there as well. All of our players that are for sale, if they go abroad, they'll probably do well. Rafinha on the left, Lamine Yamal on the other side. They got pace. There's a lot of counter-attacks. He'll do his thing. But it's looking promising, man. Unless they do something audacious and crazy where they go for a whole new player, it all goes down to Rashford. If you look at every single one of these articles, Nico Williams is not about, Luis Diaz is not about, the middle ones are Barcelona fan pages. So they're looking at who they're going to buy. And these are from Mundo, Deportivo, and whoever else. But they're Barcelona fan page. And they're saying the alternatives to Nico Williams are Marcus Rashford and Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz is not for sale. Barca already went there. When are you going to go back again? If you get rejected first, you're going to go back and say, let's try and get this silly, innit? So I can't see them going back there. It can only be Marcus Rashford. And even Bayern Munich have got the same 3 names. They got Nico Williams, who's obviously agreed now. They've got Luis Diaz, who is not for sale, and they went in from 2 days ago. And then there's Marcus Rashford. So Bayern or Barca, one of them soon. But he wants Barca. That's his dream move. He went on an interview the other day twerking. I love Barcelona, Sonny, Lamine Yamal. You want to play with the best, blah, blah, blah. He might even know Spanish already by now, for all we know. So, yeah, that's the situation with Marcus Rashford. It's a big boost for us. We can finally get him off the books. And if we sell him now, we can get a striker straight away. And remember, he's from the academy, so we can get whatever we sell him for. If we sell him for the 40 million, we can spend up to 120 million now. Because it's 3 times when you sell an academy player. So this is what I'm saying to you lot. This is a big one. Do you understand? If we sold Hojlund or one of them, Anthony, it won't be that much of a boost. But someone like Rashid that's from the academy, it's a big boost because of the amortization and all that. It's crazy. So that situation with Rashid, it's looking likely that they're going to go for him next. Hopefully they come for him. And then we got Sancho and Luis. There's all these talks today. They've all come out about this swap deal. Juventus have proposed a swap deal for Man United for Sancho and Douglas Luiz. Sancho has only Juventus in his mind. No one else wants him. Let's just say that before we put it out there. But no one else wants him at the moment because of his wage. His wage is too crazy. Napoli was in the race. Fenerbahce was in the race. But his wage is too mad. Chelsea dropped out because of his wage. So, yeah, no one else is basically in there. It's only him, Juventus or Barca, or we're stuck with a freedom fighter forever. So if he wants freedom, he has to go to Juventus. But anyways, like it's being said, Sancho has only Juventus in his mind and he's willing to take a pay cut, which is crazy. because he's on 275k apparently now because it's the 25% cut. Man United want 30 million for Sancho and are also open to a swap deal. The next article is more or less the same, but it just says Man United are considering it. So they're considering it. Hopefully, I don't know. I'll take Douglas Luiz, like I said. The only thing funny about him is his injury record. Apart from that, he's a baller. And then Fabrizio came out last night and spoke about Sancho and said, Juventus' position has not changed. They cannot cover Jadon Sancho's full salary. So if there's no change in his salary expectations, it will be difficult. This has come out today about the swap deal and open to a pay cut. So obviously, whatever he was offering yesterday is not going to happen. So today, hopefully, he takes a pay cut and we can move on. The thing with Douglas Luiz, like I keep showing you lot, I like him. He's a baller. He was doing good in the Premier at Villa. I don't know why he left and went to Juventus in the first place. The only thing that I'll say about him, apparently he had a stink of a season and his injury record is crazy. That's the only thing I'm going to keep bringing up when we talk about Douglas Luiz. If you look at that, that was all last season. Hamstring muscle injury, 41 days. Muscle fatigue, 9 days. Muscular problems, 9 days. Rest, 3 days. Muscle fatigue. That's all in the same season. That's 20 games missed and 100 days injured. So that's the only thing that I'm worried about. Because if that's happening to you in the Italian league, which is a very, very slow league, Italian league, you got 38-year-old defenders. It's meant to be slow. You're coming to the Prem where you're getting pressed 100 miles per hour every time you got the ball. And what Ruben wants to do is have us with intensity. We're just running all the time. That's what he wants. He said he wants athletes. So if you're going to come and try to be an athlete, we've already got Mason Mount breaking down every other day. We've got Luke Shaw that can't stay fit. We can't have another geezer like this. And remember, we've got Ahmad, hopefully Mbeumo, Onana, and Mazarawi all going to AFCON in December. So if we got them going to AFCON, we need some players that have to come in and be reliable. We can't have a man coming in and he's breaking down like this in the Italian league. And you got to remember the English league, the Prem is going to be crazy. So this is my only thing about Douglas Luiz. I wouldn't mind the swap deal with Sancho because remember, having Douglas Luiz, even if he doesn't fit the bill as much, at least he's going to play. Sancho's not going to play. After that freedom comment, you've done yourself. You're not even going to get a game. So I will take Douglas Luiz all day. But the only thing is this injury record is a bit spooky. Doing this in the Italian league, which is slow, and he coming to the Prem and trying to keep up is mad. And you got to remember, they're all different ones as well. Muscular, hamstring, muscle fatigue. It's mad. So I don't know. So that's the situation with Sancho and Douglas Luiz. Literally, it's just, we might do a swap deal. We want our 25 million or a swap deal. We wouldn't really mind Douglas Luiz, but we're talking about it. We'll see what happens in the end. Hopefully, they take a look at his injury record and they evaluate and say, should we take a risk or not? But Sancho's open to a pay cut. Fabrizio came out yesterday and said they will not cover his salary. It's too crazy. But hopefully, the pay cut is enough for them to, come to an understanding and then leave it like that. So we'll see. New keeper. I just see that you put that in there, Gamer. Love for that, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Love for that. New keeper. These are the situations about keeper. We got Man United have once again shown interest to sign in Botafogo goalkeeper John Victor and have renewed talks about the player. A United representation was present at Boto's game against Palmeiras. That's the last game they played. They lost 1-0. I saw the goal. It wasn't like a bozo moment from the keeper. It was literally, they just saw it. I think it took a deflection and went in. Man United have made an inquiry about John Victor. This is from another source, by the way. So that was from Andre Hernan, whoever that is. And this is from a Brazil source, Go Brazil. And it basically says, Man United have made an inquiry about John Victor confirmed by the goalkeeper's entourage. After some meetings, United should formalise an official proposal to the player. John has a release clause of 5.8 million. I think this is a backup to Bayende. A backup, a replacement to Bayende. That's what I think. I don't think this is a replacement for Onana. I think if Bayende goes, we will get John Victor as a backup. And then, obviously, slowly but surely, he should take over Onana if he's the real deal, of course. If he comes and he's a shit show as well, he's going to have to pack his bags next season as well. And the price is calm, 5.8. But remember, Bayende came in for 4 million. And I was like, yeah, man, the price is calm. We can't go wrong. And he's a fucking shit show. So hopefully this geezer is a bit better than Bayende. I ain't seen too much of him. I watched the Palmeiras game. Like I said, the goal that went in when they lost, it wasn't nothing mad. It was just like, it took a deflection, went in. but I didn't really watch him too much, like how he kicks the ball and if he's making good saves, etc. I didn't really get into it. But mate, he's 5.8 million. We've been linked with him a few times now. There was talks about him before. Now it's kind of heating up. It's all today. All these articles are all today, all three of them. So Sport Witness has come out and spoke about it and said Man United scouts impressed. $8 million, which is obviously 5.8 million in pounds. Andre and Hernan's come out and said the same thing. We've once again shown that we want to sign him. And then obviously Go Brazil, Fer Hernandez has come out and said the same thing. So there's something obviously there because it's 3 different journalists from all like Brazilian sides or whatever. So there's got to be something going on in it. There's no smoke without fire. But I think he's about, what's that geezer called? Bayinda replacement. That's what I think. Because of his price as well. If Bayinda goes easy, 1, 2, 3, we'll just get him. But hopefully he fits the bill. Hopefully he's actually good. And we can move on from that. So we'll see what happens with this. And then we'll see. Who is John Victor? This is John Victor here, young billionaire, bro. This is him right here, brother. John Victor. And then we'll move on to the next one and we'll come back. We'll circle anyway. If you've missed any and you've just come, don't worry. We'll circle back and show you everything. All the news about today. Then we've got Hojlund. So personal terms, I've apparently verbally agreed with Inter Milan, which is a boost because, bro, we all want him out. Everybody wants Hojlund to go. Like, it's time, innit? Let's be real. It didn't work out. You're a Man United fan. I respect everything you've done, but it's not working, bro. So Fabrizio's been talking about it for the last couple of days. Laurie Whitwell came out and said he's definitely going to go. He's more leaving than staying. 4 days ago, Fabrizio said there's still no agreement between Inter Milan and Man United for Rasmus Hojlund. They want a loan with option to become an obligation with easy conditions, but United insist on permanent. We're not, this obligation thing, we're not even taking it serious no more. After the Sancho obligation, and they somehow opted out for 5 million, we're not taking it serious. We just want players gone now. So remember, Barca said they wanted Rashford on loan. We said no, permanence only. So that's what Fabrizio said 4 days ago. Yesterday, Chris Wheeler, who is reliable for Man United News, he came out and said, listen, there is concrete interest from Inter Milan for Rasmus Hojlund. He said that yesterday. So we already know it's concrete because Laurie Whitwell told us the other day, Inter Milan are interested. He's more likely to leave than stay. Fabrizio's told us that Inter Milan are talking, but they want a loan. We want it to go permanent. And then today, it's been these verbally agreed personal terms with Inter Milan. He's pushing for the move because he knows he's not going to play here no more. His time's done. Negotiations are still at an early stage between the clubs. So we're going to see what happens with this one. Hopefully it goes through. If he leaves, we could just get a striker straight away. This is what I'm saying. We need some of these guys to leave. Today is a bit positive, I'll be real. If we looked at yesterday, it was talks about Onana staying, Sancho's wage, is not Juventus can't pay it. Now, today, we're hearing a bit more positive news. It's more like a lot of these players have got a way out now. They've got the through ball. So that's the situation with Hojlund. There's been concrete interest from all the journalists. The reliable ones I've said it's concrete. Fabrizio spoke about it. Chris Wheeler, Laurie Whitwell from The Athletic. There's concrete interest. And today it's been said he has verbally agreed personal terms with Inter Milan. So I hope that's all good. It checks out. And then Inter Milan just push it forward and just buy him. I don't know, personally, why Inter Milan even want him. They've got 4 strikers already. Taremi, Thuram, Martinez, and they just signed the geezer called Bonnie, who is the same age as Hojlund. So I'm so baffed why they even want him. I don't know what they're trying to... I know they play with 2 up front, but I don't know what they're loading up for, but good on them. Hojlund's agreed terms with Inter Milan. Let's see where that goes. Hopefully, he ends up moving as soon as possible. Remember, pre-season training starts on Monday. So we need to get a kick on. Some of these guys need to go now, then we can just replace them. Boom, 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 boom. So we'll see what happens with this one. Next up, we got Mbeumo. Basically, the Brentford reporter, that their main reporters come out yesterday and said Brentford are refusing to lower their asking price of at least 63 million for the Cameroon international Brian Mbeumo, whatever you want to call him. If a deal for the 25-year-old cannot be agreed with Manchester United, they will expect the forward to report for pre-season training on Monday. So Brentford are saying, pay us some money or he's here for Monday. That's what they're on, basically. So, and then Man United Men, who is Manchester Evening News, Samuel Lockhurst, etc., has come out and said Feyenoord's Igor Paxao, or I'm probably saying it wrong, has emerged as one of the 5 most comparable players to Mbeumo. Valued at 34 million, he impressed with 18 goals and 19 assists across all competitions, including 7 goal involvements in the Champions League. Samuel Lockhurst, a Man United reporter. What's this about? Are you trying to say we're looking at him? Is he a replacement? Are you just trying to tell us that there's a guy out there that's basically got the same stats as him? I don't know. But he's in Feyenoord. We already know what happened when we went back to Dutch League and got players from there. We know what happened with Anthony, etc. So I don't think anyone's going to get excited by any stats from the Dutch League. I tell you that. When we saw what happened with Anthony and all of these players, we're not on all that no more. So, yeah, it looks like he's basically just putting it out there that there's a geezer that's comparable to Mbeumo. I don't think he's actually putting it that we're looking at him then. I don't know. But it's just weird for him to say that. So that's the situation with Mbeumo. Anyway, we all know this anyway, what's been said by the Brentford thing. They want 62.5 is what we bidded, all in all. They wasn't happy with it, but we came close, they said, but we weren't happy. So the third bid has to be do or die. It's either going to go through or it's going to get rejected, but we have to walk away if it gets rejected. Because if you said you're close, then it's that or not. And then we got more news. Basically, these are about the young boys. Harry Amaz is eager to solidify his place in Amarin's squad. Other players to watch include Bendito Mantato, Chido Obi, who may get more minutes, as United still struggling to land the number 9 for now anyway. Sekou Kone and Morehouse are due to go on loan. There's reports that Sekou Kone is due to go to Luzon, who is the Switzerland club for Ineos. You know, Ineos have got Nice, they got Man United, and they got Luzon. So Sekou Kone is due to go on loan. Morehouse is due to go on loan as well. But Obi, he's looking at minutes now because obviously there's no number 9. So you might be looking at it like, I might get minutes over Hojlund, of course. But we're probably going to get someone. Mantato's been injured, so he should be coming back. And it's been said that he's going to get integrated into the squad. He can play right wing back. He can play 10 as well. He's a decent prospect. And then it says Diego Leon will likely start with the under-21s to adjust life in a new country. It's hoped that he will compete with Dorgu and Amas on the left wing-back position, although there is also an option to send him out on loan, as they did with Pelestri. Remember, for those that don't know, Diego Leon came out the other day on Smoke, and he said, listen, everyone thinks I'm going to go out on loan, but I'm going to go there on pre-season, kill it, and then I'm going to be starting after 2-3 games. This guy's a 17-year-old, and he came out with chest. Yeah, he's coming out with some mad confidence. So I really like the way he's talking. Like, I'm going to go there, watch. Everyone thinks I'm going to go on loan. Watch when I go there. I'm going to go ham, and then I'm going to end up playing. So that's what Diego Leon's saying. But Chris Wheeler's saying, obviously, we're going to try and make it easy for him and put him with the under-21s. You get to understand the language a bit more. You get it. But he's saying a different story. Let me show you what he was saying the other day. Yeah, this is on the 1st of July. And he's saying, listen, everyone thinks I'll go out on loan, but I don't have that mentality. I'm going to kill it in pre-season. And in 1 or 2 games, I'll be playing with them. The main team, he's saying. So he's got that mentality already. He's 17 years old. And he's saying, bruv, I'm not going on loan. I'm going to go there and show everyone in pre-season I'm that guy. Yeah? So you got to like that mentality there still. And then his dad basically said to him, yo, don't fuck with me, son. Make the most of these 4 years. Don't make no mistakes. Like, be humble type of thing. You get it? But I like his mentality. He's coming from, I think he's from Paraguay or whatever it is, like, and he's coming with some mentality like, listen, nah, bro, I'm good. I know I'm him, and we're gonna see. So good on him, man. That's the situation with him. But obviously, like I said, we will integrate in the best way we can. If we can put him on loan or he stays with the under-21, but obviously if he goes pre-season and he's just a man and he's doing what he needs to do, he will start straight away. But he's 17, so I don't think they're gonna rush him in unless obviously he proves otherwise. So that's the situation with him. And then it basically just says, wait, what's that about Dogu? Yeah, that's it. Basically, just like we done with Pelestri, etc. Yeah. And it basically just says about Elanga. This is the sell-on clause. We've got a little sell-on clause with it. We've got a 20% sell-on clause. So Newcastle are very close to signing Elanga. It came out last night. Fabrizio, David Ornstein, they all reported about it. We've got a 20% sell-on clause. We'll get 8 million out of it. And then remember, Alvaro Fernandez, who plays for Benfica, we've got a sell-on clause on him as well. And he's due to go to Real Madrid as soon as the Club World Cup finishes. He's going Real Madrid. So that's the situation with Elanga. This came out yesterday. I see another report about Richard Rios today. Literally another one. I ain't put it in here, but another one. I don't think it's true. We've been eyeing him for a minute now. It's been little but I ain't seen no one solidified come out and say Man United are eyeing him. So this is from Court Offside. It said yesterday that we're eyeing Richard Rios and are considering a move for him. Man United scouts have watched him in the Club World Cup. But remember, the same team, the same game that we watched him is the same game that we watched John Victor, the goalkeeper that we're linked with today. It's the same game, Palmeiras versus Botafogo. So we might have been watching Victor and then everyone thinks we're watching him. Or we might have been watching him and everyone thinks we're watching Victor. Like, whoever way. But Fabrizio came out and said Inter are among the European clubs asking for information. He said nothing about Man United. And then on the Inter page from another link called D Sports, he said Inter has made an official approach to Palmeiras over the signing of the midfielder Richard Rios. The Brazilian side would begin talks at 25 million with Tottenham Hotspurs, Nottingham Forest and Everton also interested. So there's nothing there about Man United. I don't think we're really in for him. We were linked with him last year. He's 20 million. He's 25. He looks like a good player, but I don't think we're in for him right now. And Ben Jacobs came out yesterday and basically said, listen, we will go for a midfielder once Casemiro or something goes. Casemiro don't like he's going. I think he came out the other day. He said he's going to stay because he wants to make the Brazil team. He's happy, blah, blah, blah. His contract runs out next year. He might just ride out the year and then go. So I don't think we're going to get him. That's my opinion. It might change, but this is the last basically info on Richard Rios. And then there's other people talking, but they're not really reliable for me to bring it in. So yeah, let me run around it. This is the main news today. Is Nico Williams has signed a new contract. Barcelona have put out their list literally straight after that. Fabrizio came out and then Barcelona have put out their thing. And this is their fan page. And it's gone at 10:33. It's gone Barcelona's alternative to Nico Williams are Marcus Rashford and Luis Diaz. As you lot all know already, on the 5th of June, Luis Diaz, it got approached by Barcelona and Liverpool said, listen, he's not for sale. And Luis Diaz, they tried to approach Luis Diaz again, Bayern Munich this time, about 3 days ago, and they said the same thing to Bayern Munich. He is not for sale. So when you look at that top one, that from Barca University, there's only one person left on that list who is for sale, and that's Marcus Rashford. If you look at the bottom one, which is from Mundo Deportivo, and that was on the 1st of July, he said both Bayern and Barca have the same three names on their radar. Nico Williams, Marcus Rashford, Luis Diaz. Nico Williams has just signed a deal with Athletic. Luis Diaz is not for sale. So you just make it for whatever you want to make it for. It seems like they have to go for Rashford. Bayern Munich have let Leroy Sané go for free to Galatasaray. They need a left winger. So Rashford's looking like hot property right now. Hopefully something happens quick in the next couple of days and then he could just move on and then we can replace him with a striker or whatnot. But it seems like that's the last person on the list. So unless they're really going to take the piss and just say, you know what, Luis Diaz ain't around because we obviously got dissed by him. Nico Williams ain't around and they end up just going for someone completely different. That I think Rashford will have to take the hint then and say, yo, like, they don't want me. They're taking the piss. But it's laid out for him. It's a clean path now. It's been said by a few journalists that, listen, Rashford, they want Nico Williams. So Rashford's still twerking for them. He's still going on podcasts and saying, I love Barcelona, Sonny, Lamine Yamal's the best. You want to play with the best, blah, blah, blah. But, mate, it's now or never. If they don't come in for him now, after this pathway is so clean for them, then they're taking the piss out of you, Rashford. You literally got to just consider what you're doing. Like, that's literally it. So that's the situation with Rashford. There's a clean path for him for basically Rashi going Barca. Nico fell through. Yeah, bro, this is it right here, cuz. This is it right here, literally. Victor Osimhen, world class. Victor Osimhen's wages are too high. No one can sign him. His wages are way too high and that no one can sign him. It came out yesterday, literally, that we're still considering Osimhen as well, but his wages are too crazy that it's like no one in Europe is even linked with him. I'll show you what came out about Osimhen yesterday. But yeah, man, this news about Rashford is mental. This is the best news of today because I thought they're going to come in at the end for a loan. But remember, by the time they come in, because they were trying to tell him we'll come for you by the end after we sorted out everything. So they might come for the end of August. We might have played all 3 games by then. This is the situation about Osimhen, Irfan. Let me show you what happened with Osimhen. Listen, yesterday it came out. There's always a burning magnetism surrounding the Red Devils, and that's attractive to players, including the striker, Man United can still be an option for the player, but his wage demands continue to be an issue. And this is meant to be a Naples outlet that is very reliable for football news for Naples, which is Napoli. So Osimhen's name keeps coming up there and there, but his wage is so crazy, no one can afford him. I've seen no team in Europe linked with Osimhen no more. You got Arsenal in for Sesko and Gyokeres or Watkins. We're in for Gyokeres, Watkins, Ekitike. Liverpool want Isaac or Ekitike. Everyone that wants a striker is not in for Osimhen because his wage is so crazy. And you lot are forgetting something. This geezer turned down Saudi Arabia money. Saudi came in for him and he said no. He turned them down. So I don't know what this geezer wants a week, £1 million or something. So that's the situation with Osimhen. He is world class and he would be a brilliant striker. He'll be my number one. I'll take him over Gyokeres to lead the line at Man United. But, mate, I don't know what this guy wants as his wage demands. And it continues to be an issue, as you can see. So no one is in for him. I ain't seen nobody in for him. Manchester United, please do something. Chelsea are doing something. Man United, why? Chelsea are in the Club World Cup. And Chelsea sell a lot of players. We need to start selling players, man. As soon as we start selling players, we'll start moving some. So far, only player we signed. Only one player we've signed. Yeah, Cunha. Hopefully, Mbeumo's next, man. And hopefully, this Rashi one goes through. So, yeah, I'm going to run through it anyway. Like I said, this is the Rashi news. This is the biggest news. There's a clear pathway for Rashi to get bought now. Barcelona's alternatives to Nico Williams are Marcus Rashford or Luis Diaz. They've already gone in for Luis Diaz. As you can see from David Ornstein on the 5th of June, and he said they're not for sale. Luis Diaz is not for sale. Bayern Munich tried to go in for Luis Diaz 2 days ago. 3 days ago. Not for sale. Luis Diaz is not for sale. And Luis Diaz is even having a little madness because he wants a new contract. Imagine Luis Diaz is on 55k a week. Martinelli is on 180k a week. So Luis Diaz is sitting there saying, why are you not letting me go if you don't want to basically like give me a better contract? So he's having a bit of problem. So hopefully this Rashford stuff can happen as soon as possible before it starts getting all mad where Luis Diaz comes out with a statement or something mad and then they have to sell him because they've got people there that want him. Bayern want him and Barca want him. But as you can see here, this first document from Mundo Deportivo, he is very reliable for Spanish news. Every time I see Barcelona or Real Madrid, Mundo Deportivo's around. And he said both Bayern and Barca have the same 3 names on their radar: Nico Williams, Marcus Rashford, Luis Diaz. That was on the 1st of July. Do you understand? So that was like Tuesday or whatever, Monday. And today, just after this Nico Williams stuff, soon as Nico Williams has signed the deal, Barca Universal, the fan page for Barcelona, has said Barcelona's alternatives to Nico Williams are Marcus Rashford and Luis Diaz. And look, it's basically the same list, bar Nico Williams. So obviously it's true. Luis Diaz is not for sale. So that says it all, mate. They have to come for you now. If they don't come for Rashford now, they're taking the piss out of you, bro. You're never going to leave. Just forget about this dream. Guy on podcast is talking about Barcelona, Nico, Lamine Yamal. It's over, brother. Yeah? So hopefully they come. They take Rashford off our hands. 325k. We're all good. You understand? Sancho, the freedom fighter. He's dying for freedom. He's finally going to take a wage cut. Juventus have proposed a swap deal for Man United, Sancho to Juventus, Douglas Luiz to Manchester United. Like I said to you all the time, I will take Douglas Luiz. He's a baller. I've seen what he's done for Aston Villa. He's done it in the Prem. A lot of these players from abroad, you got to say, oh, are they going to do it in the Prem, etc. He was doing it in the Prem. And he was doing it with a Villa team that wasn't even top-notch how they are now. Remember, they were fighting relegation and da. So Douglas Luiz is a good player. But apparently he's had a stinker this year. And the only thing with me, as I tell you lot, is his injury record. If you look at his injury record, it's very poor. But even Giova came out the other day and said, Man United appreciate Douglas Luiz's profile and he could become a key piece in Juventus' move for Sancho. He said that on the 2nd of July. So he already told us that he could become a key player in this move. So it's already been brewing. But his injury record stinks. It's very, very smelly. 100 days injured, 20 games missed. And like I said to you, we got 4 players getting AFCON, including Mbeumo if we sign him, Ahmad, Onana, Mazraoui. We need all the players we can that are going to step in. And if you're moving like this in the Italian league and you're getting injured every minute like this in the Italian league, that's meant to be one of the slowest leagues, what's going to happen when you come to the Prem and you're getting pressed at 100 miles per hour? Ruben's whole style is running intensity. So what's going to happen? You're going to be breaking down every minute. And we've already got Mason Mount. We've already got Luke Shaw. We can't have another player that's just sitting on the bench injured every minute. We can't do that. So that's the only thing I've got with him is this is madness. You understand? These injury record is madness. It's not like it happened 3 years ago or a couple years ago. Bro, this is all last year. 20 games injured. Remember, we got 1 game a week as well. 20 games injured, 100 days out. That's like 3.5 months. Come on, bro, man. That's crazy. So that's the only situation what I've got with this swap deal. But Fabrizio said yesterday, Juventus's position is they cannot cover Jadon Sancho's full salary. He said that last night at 9:30. Today, it's come out, he's taking a wage cut. So he's trying to make it happen. He wants it to happen, Sancho. We want him gone. He wants freedom. Everyone will get freedom at the end of this. We'll be free from Sancho. He's going to be free. It's lovely. But it's just Juventus have to agree personal terms with Sancho. And that's it. And it's if we're going to take the risk on Douglas Luiz. And like I said, his injury is smelly. That's all in 1 year. And this is in the Italian league. If you're having muscular problems in the Italian league and muscle fatigue, Italian league, which is the slowest league, what is going to be happening to you when you get to the Prem? And you've got to be running 10 times faster, always up and down. Remember, them leagues are slow. So I don't know what's going to happen, but boy, we'll see what happens. And if we end up getting a bit more into it. Yeah, so that's the situation with Sancho and thing. And then we got this new keeper that we're linked with. We've been linked to him a few times now, you know. This ain't the first time. We've been linked to him a few times, but this is from 3 different outlets now. So it's looking like it's getting closer and closer to home. Man United have once again shown interest in signing Botafogo goalkeeper John Victor and have renewed talks about the player. A United representative was present at Botafogo's game against Palmeiras, and that's when we apparently scouted Richard Rios. So it's the same time. So that's from Andre Hernan, and then it's just come out from Go Brazil, and they're basically saying Man United have made an inquiry about John Victor, confirmed by the goalkeeper's entourage. So we're chatting to the entourage now. So first it was scouts that were just in there watching the game. Now we're chatting to the entourage and saying, yo, what's going on with him? Like, so he's only going to cost 5.8 million. But remember, that's the same thing buying their cost. Buying their cost about 3-4 million or something. I was like, yeah, man, that's cheap, man. That's calm. Buying there is a shit show. So hopefully this kid is a bit better. He comes through. I think he's a buying their replacement. I don't think he's a Nana's replacement. Because a Nana's replacement would be like a number 1. Diego Costas and Martinez, them type of names. He's cheap. So he seems like a buy-in there. Goes, he comes in. And then slowly, shortly, if he's better than Onana, he will have his time. So that might be what we're doing. But this is 3 different sources saying the same thing. It's all on the same day. You can see the time and the dates on the bottom. So, yeah, hopefully this is true. Hopefully Bayern is leaving because, mate, Onana is shit. And Onana is better than Bayern. So just look at it like that. So let's get Bayern out of here first, if anything. And then we can get Onana out steady. Because it seems like no one's in for Onana. That's the situation. If someone was in for Onana, I reckon Onana will be gone. But I think no one's literally in for him. So, yeah, that's the situation with him. This geezer always wants loads of players. You know, Rashford to Barcelona. This guy's mad, man. Tevez, you kill me, you know. I swear to you, man. So far, we've only signed 1 player. I'm watching you from Ghana, Africa. Big up yourself, young billionaire, man. Come on, bro. I can't believe there's man in Ghana watching me. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate you still. Thank you. Yeah, we'll get into the next news now. So the big news as well is Hojlund's apparently agreed terms with Inter Milan. And it's been brewing. Laurie Whitwell came out the other day and said, listen, it's more likely Rasmus Hojlund is going to leave than stay. He said it the other day on his podcast, Talk of the Devils. So it's been said already. Fabrizio came out the other day and said, listen, there's still no agreement between Inter Milan and Manchester United for Rasmus Hojlund. They want a loan with an option to become obligation with easy conditions. But United insist on a permanent transfer. So basically, they might be saying something like, If he plays 10 games, it'll become obligation. If we finish in the top 10, it'll become obligation. Like easy conditions, but it seems that we're scarred from Sancho. Because Sancho's deal was if they finish in the top 14, it's obligation. But they somehow found a loophole and opted out of that. So obligation just seems like we don't want nothing to do with it right now. We just want permanent transfers, get this geezer out of here, see you later. And then Chris Wheeler's come out yesterday and said, yo, there is concrete interest from Inter Milan for Rasmus Hojlund. And like I said, Laurie Whitwell's come out 2 days ago and said the same thing. There's concrete interest in him, but he's more likely to leave on a permanent deal as well, not a loan. So it's come out today. Rasmus Hojlund has verbally agreed personal terms with Inter Milan. He's pushing for the move. Negotiations are still at an early stage between clubs, but he's agreed personal terms. So he's agreed he's going to stay. He's going to leave, sorry. Like he's agreed to leave. Do you understand? He's obviously been told, yo, we want you to leave. He's seen that we've gone for Delight. We've got rejected. We want gyokeres. He's come out saying he prefers Arsenal. We're in for all of these strikers. Ekitike, blah, blah, blah. So, mate, obviously, clearly, we want him to go. He knows he needs to go. We're looking at other strikers in his face. It's come out reports saying we want to keep Xerxes, but Hojlund has to go. So I think he's just giving up. And it's probably the best for him, to be honest. Go over there, find your feet again. Remember, he was at Atlanta before. That was the Italian league. So that's what made us buy you in the first place, is by your performance in the Italian league. We should have never bought him for 72 million, but that's another conversation. So that's the situation. He's verbally agreed personal terms. Is there any breaking news? This is breaking news. he's agreed personal terms with Inter Milan, apparently. So that's the situation with him. And there's going to be some more as well, fire on. I've obviously spoke about Rashford as well, but I'll show you that in the end. But yeah, this is what's going on with Hojlund. It's looking like he's going to leave. Fabrizio spoke about it. Chris Wheeler spoke about it. Laurie Whitwell. That's 3 reliable sources that have basically said Inter Milan really want him. Inter Milan have got 4 strikers at the moment. I don't know why they want him, but all the best to them. So I don't know what's going on there. I'll take a few of these. We need Angelo Still. Angelo Still is a baller. He's a baller, but I don't know if he matches what they want. The intensity, though. He's more relaxed, isn't it? Zubamendi type of, you know what I mean? So I don't know if they're going to go for him. Food. Too many pizza. I don't know what you're on about, Petrus. Benfica, yeah? Hello, guys. It's my 40th birthday tomorrow. I'm having a party tomorrow. And set a gauge, bro. Give us a shout. Yeah, Hondo, Martin, man. I'll give you a shout tomorrow, bro. You'll definitely get a happy birthday. Don't watch nothing. Always in there. More updates. Man United signed. Man United ain't signed no one yet, bro. Like and subscribe. If you're here new, like and subscribe, man. We do this for you like every single day, man. All the Man United news is here fresh for you lot. And I break it all down. I show you like everything. Yeah, so make sure you like, hit the likes up, get the likes going. And make sure you subscribe, man. We're always doing this. And this is only the beginning. Remember that. Matchday vlogs are coming. Soon as all the games come back, all the matchday vlogs are coming as well. Douglas Luiz injuries. Yeah, this is his injury record as well. Mad. Too many pizzas. You're funny. This is his injury record. So we've got a swap deal lined up. We might go for it. I don't know if we're going to go for it, but surely they're seeing what we're seeing. This is the Italian league, which is a slow league. He's been out for 100 days and he's missed 20 games. So I'm telling you, I wouldn't take him because we've got AFCON coming up and we need players to come in. If we get Mbeumo, he's going AFCON in December. Or Nana, Ahmad, Mazarari. So we can't afford to have this geezer come in and then he's just sitting on the bench injured. And this is an Italian league. And remember, Premier League is 10 times faster than every league. There's too much going on. You're pressing all the time. You're always running up and down. You're defending. You're running back and forth. Especially how Amrin wants to play. He wants intensity. I don't know if this key is going to be able to handle it. If he's doing this in the Italian league, I don't know how he's going to handle it in the Prem. So I don't know, mate. You understand? I don't know what's going to happen with him. But that's the situation with Sancho and Douglas Luiz. Fabrizio said, he literally said it himself. He said, they can't pay his full salary. Napoli couldn't pay and they left. Chelsea couldn't pay and they left. Fenerbahce came in, he didn't want to go there because it's out of the top 5 leagues. No one can cover this guy. So it's literally for us, Juventus or boss. If Juventus turn around and say we cannot pay this guy, even if he drops his pay cut. Look, he says Sancho has only Juventus in mind and is willing to take a pay cut. So even if he turns around and says, I'm taking a pay cut, but I want 200, and Juventus say we can't pay it, we are finished. No other club is coming in for him. It's literally it's Juventus and Sancho or bust, or we're finished. And he's going to sit on the bench and get his money for a whole year, and then his contract runs out next year. So that's the situation, man. It's crazy, man. More fire updates. Come on, bro. Every day, young billionaire, man. Every day, 3 times a day, we're giving you all the updates of what's going on. Any news that comes out on the day. Are you going to show in Manchester United matches? No, I won't show matches. That's copyright. You talk about watch along. Oh, you talk about the Matchday vlog. Yeah. Of course. The Matchday vlogs. If you look, go on my old videos, you'll see that I got all the Matchday vlogs for all the games I went to. Leon, all of them. Go there and watch them. You see all the goals going in the net, everything. Yeah, and that we're going to start that again. 17th of August, Manchester United, Arsenal. I'm going to be there. Matchday vlogs, match reaction. I'm going to get panels, get Arsenal fans, Chelsea, get just before the games, do match previews. It's going to be going off, man. So make sure you stick around, man. This is just for now. We're keeping you lot updated with the transfer news, but it's going to be proper big when it gets to August the 17th. So make sure you subscribe, you hit the likes, etc. Trust me. Yeah. Manchester United, love for that. Always come true and say this. On Mbeumo. Mbeumo was not really no big news. It's just the same old, really. It's basically saying, look, Brentford are refusing to lower their asking price of at least 63 million for Cameroon international Brian Mbeumo. If a deal for the 25-year-old cannot be agreed with Manchester United, they would expect the forward to basically come back for pre-season. Pre-season is on Monday for everybody. It seems like training starts on Monday for everyone. So if we buy him now, today, he comes to Manchester United for Monday pre-season. They're basically saying, bruv, if you lot don't pay what we're paying, he's coming Monday for pre-season Brentford. That's it. And then, what's his name? Samuel Lockhurst has come out and basically said, Igor Paxao, or whatever his name is, I'm probably saying it wrong, sorry, has emerged as one of the 5 most comparable players to Mbeumo. He's valued at 34 million. So half of Mbeumo's price, 34 million. He is impressed with 18 goals and 19 assists across all competitions, including 7 goal involvements in the Champions League. I don't understand why they're saying this, though. He's not saying it like he's our replacement. He's not saying, yeah, Man United are looking at Igor Paxao as a replacement for Mbeumo. He's just come out and just said, this guy's very comparable to Mbeumo. So I don't know what he's trying to do here. If he's just trying to show us another option like Mbeumo, but this geezer's doing it in the Dutch league. I ain't got no hopes of anyone in the Dutch league, mate. After we bought Anthony and he was in the Dutch league doing what he was doing, his numbers don't mean nothing to me. So anyone in the Dutch league that's killing it, we don't care. Look at what they're saying about Gyokeres. Gyokeres has scored 63 goals, the most in the world, and everyone's still saying, oh, is he going to do it in the Prem though? Oh, this guy's doing it in the Dutch league. That's even worse. Remember what happened to Anthony? Anthony had all the best stats in the world. Champions League, he was joint assist with Bruno or something. It was mad. He come to the Premier League, forget about it. So I ain't got no hopes and no one in the Dutch league, mate. But 34 million ain't the worst, but it seems like he's just basically showing someone that's comparable. I don't think he's saying anything else here. It's basically a non-report, really. Exactly. We need Mbeumo win, mate. Yeah, ASAP, bro. ASAP, Martin. Thanks, mate. Yeah, man, I got you, bro. Don't watch nothing tomorrow. You need to show Man United matching on your... Yeah, bro. You need to... You'll see. I do Matchday Vlogs, brother. Just go on my old videos. As soon as you come off this video, go on my old videos, all of you lot, and you'll see my Matchday Vlogs. You'll see videos of me going to all the games that I go to, and you'll see the goal going in the back of the net, opposition goals, our goals, everything. And I'm going to carry on doing it from 17th of August. Man United, Arsenal, we're going to do Matchday Vlogs. So everything's going to be happening. So that's the situation. Yeah, man, let's get into this. So yeah, boom, that's the situation. I'll go back to the Sancho one where I left off. So that's the situation with that. Fabrizio said he has to drop his wage to go to Juventus. He's come out today and said he's going to take a pay cut. We want 30 million euros, which is 25 million. That's well known already. And we're open to a swap deal for Douglas Luiz. So I don't know what's going to happen. Are we going to do it or not? Like I said, I like Douglas Luiz, a baller, but the only thing is his injury record is crazy. And this was all this year. 100 days he missed, 20 games he missed, and it's all this year, and that's in the Italian league, which is very slow. If you're moving like this in the Italian league, in the Prem, it's going to get very, very fast for you. Can we trust him? I don't know. We're going to see what the upstairs do. Are they going to go for him? Are they not? But I think it's the only issue, and it's putting me off. It's like, I don't know, man. We can't afford him to be getting injured, man. We had that last year with other players. Before that, we had Varane and Martial. Now we got Luke Shaw and Mount. It's too much, bro. And remember, like I keep saying, we got 4 people leaving for AFCON. We need all the players we can. If Mbeumo comes, he's going to be going AFCON in December. Ahmad's going to go AFCON. Onana's going AFCON. And Mazraoui's going AFCON. So we need players to be able to come off the bench and play for that month from December to January. We can't have players be injured. It don't really make sense. So that's the situation with Douglas, Luiz, and Sancho. Obviously, we'll hear more as the day goes on. Hopefully, it materializes to something. If they give us the money or Sancho agrees terms with them, something. We got this young boy. He's 5.8 million. He's just going to be a backup to Onana. He'll probably replace Bayende, but we're going to have to see. Hopefully, Bayende has to go soon. If we are talking to him and this is true, then obviously there's something in the pipeline for Bayende. Do you understand? We won't be talking to him for no reason. We've already signed Tom Heaton on a 3rd deal, so as a 3rd keeper. So obviously he won't be coming to be a 3rd keeper. It has to be Bayende is leaving and then he's coming in. So we'll see what happens with that. That's John Victor, plays for Botafogo, and yeah, he's 5.8 million. I don't even know how old he is. No one even told me how old he is. So that's the situation with him. Rasmus Hojlund is coming out that he's verbally agreed personal terms with Inter Milan. He's pushing for the move. Negotiations are still at an early stage, but it's due to happen. Chris Wheeler came out yesterday and said there's concrete interest from Inter Milan on Hojlund. Fabrizio Romano came out 4 or 5 days ago and basically spoke about it and said they wanted a loan, but we've said no. We only want a permanent transfer. Laurie Whitwell came out 2-3 days ago and said, listen, you don't want a loan. We want him to go, and he's more likely to go than stay on a permanent transfer. So it's being said every minute that he's going to leave on a permanent transfer, which is very, very promising. Because we don't want to be here again next year. Like, it could be nice now if he goes on loan. Oh, he's gone. We get a striker, and then next year we're here, stuck with him already. Anthony's back. Sancho's back. Rashford's back. Malacia's back. Did you not even remember that? Malacia's back. No one even wants him. No one talks about him. You don't see him in no pictures, nothing. Malacia's back, and no one even wants him. So that's the situation with Hojlund. It's where we want a permanent transfer. Inter want a loan. Inter have got 4 strikers. I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully, it's all true. He's agreed personal terms, and he's due to go soon. We had the Mbeumo. I just showed you like this. It's just literally the same things we hear every day. He's going to go pre-season, basically, if we don't pay the money. 63 million, they don't want it. Blah, that's it. We've got more news about the young boys. Amas is eager to solidify his place in Amarin squad. Obviously, he played a few games. Harry Amas, he wasn't too bad. He maybe has to just work on his strength a little bit. But other players like Mantato, these are like academy players. And Chido Obi, who may get more minutes as United still struggling to land a new number 9. Sekou Kone and Morehouse are due to still loan moves. So Sekou Kone and Morehouse might go to Luzon, who is Ineos's other team. You know how they got Nice in France, they've got Man United in England, and then they've got Luzon in Switzerland. So that's why we might start sending them there. That's what Chelsea do. Chelsea send a lot of their players to Strasbourg. That's their other team, and then they'll bring them back. So that's what we might do. Diego Leon will likely start with the under-21s to adjust life in a new country. It's hoped that he will compete with Dorgu and Amas for the left wing-back position. So basically, Diego Leon's our new signing. We paid for him last season about 3-4 million. He's 17-year-old. And we're basically saying when he comes to the new country, we're just going to let him basically transit properly. But he's not hearing that himself. He's coming out here and saying, everyone thinks I'm going to go out on loan, but I don't have that mentality. I'm going to kill it in pre-season. And in 1 or 2 games, I'll be playing with them. This geezer's 17 years old and he's talking like this. I hope he's really going to stand on business on the pitch. And his dad basically said to him, yo, son, relax. You know what I'm saying? Stay humble. Make the most of these 4 years. He's got a 4-year contract. Don't make any mistakes because he knows how easy it can go wrong, innit? You're 17. You're going to make mistakes. but he's got confidence where he's coming from Paraguay and he said, listen, I'm going to kill it, that I'm going to be that starting left back. Dog, you watch out, is what he's basically saying. So, yeah, he's not hearing all of that loan stuff and under 21s. He's saying pre-season, I'm going to mash it down and everyone's going to be rating me. And in 1-2 games, I'll be playing with them. He's not on a joke thing. And that's the confidence you want from a little young kid. But big him up. And I hope it goes true with him as well. Obviously, there's another young kid in there as well. We're in talks with Derby County for Charlie Hardy. But you know how this thing is. We got Chido Obi, Heavens, and we thought they're going to be some young boys. They're going to go to the under-18s, and they started playing. So we don't know about this keeper. We might end up getting this young keeper. He's under-18, and he might end up being the second in command, for all we know. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, man. That's the situation with that. And then it basically went on to say, although there's also the option to send him out on loan, as they did with Palestri shortly after signing him. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens with that. Let's get a few of these. Love for that, Man United. Yeah, that's all the videos for. If you don't want to see any of the Matchday vlogs that I've done, go on that. Click onto that link in the chat. Love for that. Appreciate you, man. Dope. Chris Wheeler, Marcus Rashford expecting to play a full part in Manchester United's pre-season program when he reports to Carrington for training on Monday. I thought he don't talk to Ruben. I thought it was collapsed. So what's going on here then? But yeah, we're putting out that there. So Chris Wheeler is very reliable, and I believe you, Man United. You always big man up. So boy, if he's going to come back and play the full season, he's already said he's ongoing. He's already said he wants to go abroad. David Ornstein reported it. And then obviously the Barcelona news, which I'll get into this in a second, is obviously the biggest one. It seems like he's going to go, though. Obviously, they have to just bring him in and make it look like it's all good, innit? Because if we just have them sitting on the sideline, the money's going down and down and down. Because you can tell how much we want to get rid of them. So I think they're going to make them just play. Remember, Garnacho, it came out, Ruben said, go find a new club, whatever. And then he still played him in the post-match. Remember that. The post-match, he still played him against Hong Kong, and that Garnacho played. So it's mad. Yeah, I saw that. Tommy Yasu, they've cut his contract, innit? Mutual agreement. He's always injured, that geezer, man. Always injured. He's going to probably go get another left back. And yeah, this is just basically, we got a sell-on clause with Elanga. Remember, we sold him to Forest for about 15 million, but we put a sell-on clause in there for 20%. And what means we'll earn about 8 million. Remember, we're broke right now. So all these little millions add up to something. And between Elanga and Alvaro Fernandez, who we also sold to Benfica, he's due to go to Real Madrid. So United will expect to see around 16 to 25 million coming via sales on the profit. That's not too bad, to be honest, when you look at it. So it seems like we're doing a bit more smarter things. Like we're letting keep these guys go, but you put in a little sell-on clause. If they become bigger or they end up going, we'll get a little money out of it. So this is very close. 55 million for Elanga is crazy. And apparently there's 5 million add-ons for 60 million. But mate, Newcastle are being rejected left, right, centre, everywhere. That they'll just take anyone right now. So good on Elanga. That's a good move for him. We'll see what happens. Obviously, the Osimhen thing that came out yesterday, someone asked about it. It's just like, mate, he's here, innit? I ain't seen no team in Europe linked with Osimhen because of his wages. And this is from a loyal, reliable source from Naples, who is enough, obviously Napoli. And they're saying that Man United could still be an option for the player, but his wage demands continue to be an issue. This guy's turning down Saudi Arabia money, tax-free. So I don't know what he wants. $500,000 a week, $1 million, who knows? So that's the situation with Osimhen. And who asked for Rashi? This is the situation with Rashi. Like I said, Nico Williams has signed a new contract on the 1st of July, which was a few days back. It came out the list on the bottom, as you can see, from Barca Universal. Both Bayern and Barca have the same 3 players on their radar. Nico Williams, Marcus Rashford, and Luis Diaz. Nico Williams has signed the contract today, which you can see on the left. And then on the top is straight after he signed it, 10:33, Barcelona's alternatives to Nico Williams are Marcus Rashford and Luis Diaz. This is from the Barcelona fan page. So the alternatives to Nico Williams are Marcus Rashford and Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz, they've already approached him. Look at the date at the bottom, on the 5th of June. They've already approached him. So nearly a month ago, Barcelona have already approached Liverpool for Luis Diaz. and it got rejected. He's not for sale. Bayern Munich approached Liverpool 3-4 days ago for Luis Diaz. Guess what they got? He's not for sale. So Luis Diaz is not for sale. When you look at these articles in the middle from the Barcelona fan page saying who their alternatives are, it's only Rashford that last is on this list. Nico Williams is gone. Luis Diaz is not for sale. It's only Rashford. Obviously, Luis Diaz is having trouble with his contract. New contract unlikely, so unless bids land to change stance, blah, blah, blah. Luis Diaz is a bit angry right now because basically he's saying, you lot are saying I'm not for sale, but you're not rewarding me with a better contract. He's on 55 million a week. He's on 55k. You got Martinelli on 180k. This is what he's looking at, stuff like this. Like, he's a starter. I just won the league with you lot. Reward me with a new contract. He's on 55k. And on top of that, you're not, so the contract's not even advancing, the contract talks. And on top of that, you're telling everybody I'm not for sale. So he's getting a bit fed up over there. Keeps coming out their little links about Luis Diaz. So hopefully they can wrap up Rashford as soon as possible because he's the last person on that list. Because I can't see them going back to Liverpool. If you've gone for someone a month ago and they've said he's not for sale, I can't see you turning around and going again now. Unless you're going to go and say 100 million or something crazy, I can't see you happening. But my point is right now is basically this is Rashford's time. If they don't come for him right now, forget about all this twerking for them. I know it's his ideal dream move apparently to go to Barca, but this is now or never. It's been said from the 1st of July, you're on the shortlist. He had it in his head that he's on the shortlist. That's why he was still wanting to go there, even if Nico Williams signed. So now, Luis Diaz ain't involved. Nico Williams ain't involved. It's only you. If they turn around now and go for a whole new player that hasn't even been linked to them, you got to take that as a hint, bro. It's not going to happen. But this is the only two teams that can save us. Bayern Munich or Barca. They're both kind of in for Rashford. Bayern Munich have left Leroy Sané. He's gone to Galatasaray, so they need someone on the left. And he can obviously cover for Harry Kane as well. Barca needs someone on their left. And someone that can cover for Lewandowski. So Rashford fits the bill. But, mate, hopefully I'm going to be back on later and we'll have more news about this. But Rashi has literally got a clear path to Barca. If they turn around and go for someone else, we're doomed. Forget him. He'll find a club. All of us are doomed. Because if he doesn't go for that 325k, we're not signing anyone. So you might as well just think about it as Rashford stays. So Barca or Bayern Munich, hopefully this week or so, will end up in the approach. But as for now, Nico Williams deal's done. He's with Athletic. Luis Diaz is not for sale. Rashford is sitting there. 40 million is the cheapest out of all three of them as well. Luis Diaz is going to be about 75 million. Nico Williams is going to be at 58 million. That's the release clause. They just changed it with a new contract. The new contract, his release clause is 93 million euros. I don't know what that is in pounds. Probably 80 something. Nobody's paying that. He's probably going to stay in fucking Athletic Club all his life, this geezer. Unless he obviously steps it up and he's worth the 80 million, whatever it is. So Nico Williams is out the way. Luis Diaz is not for sale. The only name on that list is Marcus Rashford. So hopefully he goes. So that's all the news wrapped up. I'll be back on later. You don't know the thing. If you like and subscribe, make sure you hit the likes up, man. And make sure you lot subscribe. We do this for you lot every day, man. You lot that are already here, the Metric community, you already know what man's on. Every day, man's coming here, giving you lot the news, morning, evening, and night. So make sure you subscribe. I'll see all of you lot in a bit. Have a great day.
Got some celebs pull up local. You know we are next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm local. For now, I'm